Hey guys, this is Miss Farnell. I'm going over AGS1 sets. This is going to be a part 2. So if you have not done part 1, please make sure that you go back and do part 1 before coming and doing this. If you do not have this specific worksheet, please make sure that you grab this one from your teacher in the classroom right now. And then also just make sure you got a writing utensil so you can get all this stuff down. So this one is going over the set stuff that we just talked about in part 1. This is going to be 3 little mini sections within this part. We're going over complements, unions, and intersections. This part's pretty chill. So first we're going to talk about complements over here. So we're going to talk about what a complement of a set is. The complement. And then the way that we notate a complement is with a capital letter A and then with a little apostrophe next to it. So the complement of a set A is the set of everything not included in set A from the universal set. So you might be thinking, but Ms. Farnell, what is a universal set? So a universal set which you're almost always going to see it named as like a capital U, is a set of all of the considered elements of a situation. So this is how it's going to be presented to you. This is how you're going to see your questions. It's going to say, given that U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 inside of our curvy bracket. So that's our universal set. That's like all of the things that could possibly be considered in this situation. And then they give you that A is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So if you're going to write a complement, basically the way to think about a complement, or the way that I think about it, is like people say that two people in a relationship, like a good relationship, they complement each other. What a complement does is it means like two people come together and they make each other whole. So in this case, in this situation, our universal set is the whole, and the A complement are the two parts that are going to come together. So when you're writing a complement, you're going to say everything that's in the universal set, but not in A. Everything that's not included in here. So in this case, like I would go through and I'd say, okay, is 1 in A? In this case, no. So our 1 has to go in our A complement. I'm going to zoom in just a second. After that, I would say, is 2 in there? Yes, 2 is in there. So I do not include 2 in A complement. After that, though, I do not see a 3, so I would put a 3. I do see a 4, so I wouldn't write a 4. I don't see 5, so I'm going to put a 5 there. I see a 6. I don't see 7. I see an 8. I don't see 9. And then I do see a 10. So in this case, all of the things that are in the universal set are completed by writing them out in both set A and set A complement. So these two sets together complement each other to make the whole. So everything not in this set that is here goes into A complement. Okay, moving on. Unions. So the union of two sets A and B is the set of, of all elements from both A and B. So in the way that you're going to notate it is it's going to look like this. The question's going to ask you for the union if you see this little symbol in between the two letters. So what you're going to be given in the questions is you're going to be given two sets. You're going to be given an A and you're going to be given a B. So A might have these 5 letters, A, E, I, O, and U. And then B is going to have these letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So those are our two different sets. So when you're making a union and notated like this, what you're going to do is you're going to make a set that is going to include every single thing in both sets. I call this kind of like a big monster set. So think about it as the word union literally means to like bring two things together. So that's what we're doing here. We're taking these two sets, we're bringing them together to make one ginormous set. So what I like to do, or the way I like to do it, is I like to write out one whole set completely and then write in the things that I'm missing from the other set. So in this case, let's start with set B, just because it's got the alphabet very nicely written. So let's say I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then H. So that's my entire set B written right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at set A, and I'm going to write out all of set A in this set. However, I am not going to include anything that I've already written. So I'm not going to repeat any letters. So what that means is I'm not going to write A again, and I'm not going to write E again because it's already in the set. I don't have to write it again. So I will write an I, since I haven't written I yet. I'm going to write O, and I'm going to write U. Here, I'm just going to cross that off and put this down here. So that's a union. It's just taking one big set and including every single thing from both of them. Next up, I have the intersections. So, and the intersection of two sets, A and B, is the set of only the elements that are included in both A and B. So this one's notated like this. This is, it's going to be asking you for the intersection if you see A and B with like a kind of like an N looking symbol in between them. So in this case, again, just like the last problem, you're going to be given a set A and a set B. So two different sets with all the things written there. If it's asking you to find the intersection though, this time we are only going to write the things that are in both set A and B. It has to be included in both of the sets to be included in our answer in this case. So something that I like to do is I like to circle the ones that I see that they have in common. So in this case, like they both have an A, so I'm going to include A. They both have an E, so I'm going to include E. And then unfortunately, I don't see any of the other letters like the same. They both don't have an I, only have one I, only have one O, one U, one B, C, all those other letters. These are the only ones that are in both of them, so that's the intersection. So that is all you are going to do for this specific section, is you're going to be finding complements, unions, and intersections of sets. So at this point, if you are done, you're going to go show your teacher your notes, and then you're going to take the quiz on this section. If you need to, you can get you can ask your teacher some questions or try some practice problems. And then please keep in mind, once you are done with this section and once you're done with the quiz, this is part 2. There are 3 parts to the sets. So after this, please make sure that you go and get the 3rd part, and then you will be done with the sets section of your summer school stuff. So, all right, go work on the quiz. Good luck. And then I will see you in sets part 3.